Alrighty, and so here we are back for part two of this GoVote series, which will be making the front end, or getting the front end ready, which will be with Sveltekit, Tailwind, CSS, and using URQL as the glue layer, the communicating layer between the GraphQL API and the front end. So I guess the last piece that I need to do from the back end would be to open this up and basically just into the main branch here on the back end. I'll just do init commit GraphQL added, something like that. Oh, looks like that actually didn't get all of the files, so I thought it might have. Let's see, what's that? What do we do here? How do we get all of them all at once? Yeah. Commit part two. Cool. So then let's go back here, and then again, similarly to what we had before. Let's get. You know what? I think I have. Actually, here we are. So now we want to go to download this, or not download, but start a new Sveltekit here. So Svelte at latest and call this front end. And skeleton project. TypeScript. Yeah, so that was just doing some configuration. So we wanted to make sure that we had the skeleton project using TypeScript, and then ESLint for linting, prettier for code formatting, and browser testing with Playwright, which I don't actually know, but that's something that I would like to get into more. So yeah, because obviously we want to make sure that everything is well tested, and as it as we're developing, we want to make sure that our code is making sense and will be, hopefully good to go for most other situations, I guess. So now what I want to do is follow along with this. So cd into front end, npm install. And this might just take a second here to get all these all of the packages ready to go. Hopefully it'll be relatively quick here. But looks like we are good to go. We'll do the, let's just do this, I guess. And then what is it, dash M? Yeah, perfect. Rename that to main. And yeah, so that was just renaming the master branch to main because it is a bit more, a bit better nomenclature these days. And then let's just make sure everything is working as expected here. And it looks like we are good to go. Perfect. So now what we want to do is, let's run that here. Let's run that in this. And then on the front end, we'll do, basically, the way I typically like to develop is having both a back end and a front end here into, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's do it a little bit differently. So we have both the back end and the front end here as within this larger GoVote directory, excuse me. And so I'll be able to kind of easily toggle back and forth between the two. So pieces that we will now need to do now that we've got Sveltekit up and running as expected. Let's go to Tailwind to Svelte. Yeah, so let's get so this is installing all of the different pieces or different packages that we need. So we need Tailwind CSS, Post CSS, Auto Prefixer, Svelte preprocessor. And then it looks like that has been downloaded. So basically just going through on the official Tailwind CSS docs and doing what they say. And then in, what is it, svelteconfig.js. We need to import preprocess, preprocess. Oops. Post CSS true. Perfect. Ooh, what happened there? Somehow it went down. And then yeah, so now we're going into the Tailwind config here, and we want to basically make sure that we are checking out all of the files in source that end in any directory, any file name that end in .html, JS, Svelte, or TS. So it's the Tailwind. It'll look for any file names or files ending with those extensions and basically look for any Tailwind classes within those, and then do all of the configuration of that. It's really interesting trying to both talk through the code as I'm writing it, and it's not something that I'm used to doing, so if I feel, or if I'm a little bit off in some situations, please let me know. What am I looking for? I am looking for app CSS, create a source app CSS, and okay, source. That's where it was, right? Yep. Add in the Tailwind base components and utilities, and then in source routes plus layout. B. That gives us the ability to hopefully looks like we've gotten this standardization here. So in Svelte here, let's look. I guess I'll still need that. Let's just add this in, see if here, and see if that has perfect. So it looks like we have Tailwind installed correctly. So that's basically do a initial commit here. Tailwind working. And then here, we don't really need those at the moment, because what we are wanting to do is get URQL set up. Which hopefully, I think I have some notes here from when I have set this up before. I wonder if actually something that I should do is probably load set up for the just-in-time compilation as well. This is in Tailwind. And then, nope, wrong button here, sorry. And I also want to tell it to purge. That way we will not be porting any unnecessary CSS, like it'll purge all of the classes that aren't used at all. Okay, and then what I need to do is run npm install Svelte. This is the URQL package for Svelte. I'm using URQL instead of Apollo, even though typically I use Apollo because URQL is a little bit lighter weight and comes with a lot of the same functionality and like a very similar API. So I figured that I would give URQL a go here. And then I also need to install GraphQL here. And then in here, I'll actually restart the server because I need to after those 2 new installations. And then in layout Svelte, I want to actually, within this, I think it probably makes sense within the layout, the main kind of upper level layout, to import create client and set client from URQL. Where is my any of the IntelliSense here? Not entirely sure. And then here we are just creating the URQL client to listen to the localhost 3000 and GraphQL, the GraphQL endpoint on that, because that's where the GraphQL API is actually running from on localhost, the Rails server, and then hopefully this will get most of the pieces going. And then, yes, within backend here, looking for what are you? Config, yep, config corresponding, I think. Where are you? Right, let's get the things on. Here we go. Oh, whoops. I need to allow from what are we actually running on? 5173 here. These are headers any, and the only thing that I actually want to allow from here is, I believe, post, because that's all that we should be getting from GraphQL. And then I will also need to we'll also need to basically or restart the Rails server to get those new cores, the new cores information. And then now I will need to come here. Let's just make sure that this is all working as expected. So let's go back to the front end, and in source routes, let's go to page. Import. I believe it's use query. So now we need to, eventually I will probably add in JWT jot authorization. So, but for right now, I just want to query store. Interesting. Oh, I love that. Okay. So basically what query store is doing is actually turning all of the data that we receive from the query into a store that can be queried like any other regular store within Svelte, which is pretty amazing. So I will basically, realistically, I should just copy this, get rid of that, and get context time query. And what was our initial query actually? Where we had local. And what was it that we were able to test field? Perfect. So in here we want to how was that exactly? So here I am just checking to see if I can get the test field information from here, and then we will see what we have got here. So, another load resource. Interesting. Set client is not a function. Maybe since I did set context client. Gotcha. Okay. So here, oops, sorry. Hopefully, I will probably actually restart again, but hopefully, okay, we have now, test field is not defined, should be, add YouTube, should be, query test field, testing. How did this, oops, that makes sense, okay. Then, okay, it appears that we are getting something. Perfect. So we are getting our info back. We can add in like a version top 10 font Excel, e.g. purple, 100 or something like that. And look at that, everything is working as expected, more or less. So we are getting information from the backend in our through URQL. We have Tailwind up and running, and we are now, yeah, pretty much set up to start the actual development side of things. There will obviously be a few other things that we need to add in as we go, but this is a pretty good start to the evening, I guess. And so what I will do is, I don't want this in just one Git repository because that could get very messy. So I will cd into frontend. I will here. So update for goal with client. What would be a meaningful adding goal for GraphQL fetching? And then I guess I can add this in as testing. No, I won't actually add that in because that is not a not something that we really need to have in. Yeah, it was more just for pure testing, so and to see what was working. So yeah, I think I will leave this here for this stream, and we'll see you in the next one.